Hello, everybody. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa.
And I am Latasha Blanton, also with the Real South Africa.
And you guys are welcome to sunny South Africa. If this is your first time, this is your opportunity to come with Phil Scott with his channel.
And they will be here on March 16th through the 25th, 2022. The cost does include the flight, most meals, and your domestic flight in country from Johannesburg to Cape Town. The cost is $5,500 per person sharing and $6,150 per person wanting a single room.
Now, at this point, you don't need any extra shots. The only thing you need to do is have a negative COVID test prior to you leaving. And then, of course, upon departure, we will get you another COVID test. And then that's it. So that's really all you need. And, of course, a passport.
So no shots, no vaccines, no nothing. Just get to South Africa. We'll see you here.
Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm so pleased to be a contributor here on our worldwide network of African Diaspora News Channel. Please make sure you give us a big thumbs up, and share this broadcast. Thank you so very much. We ask that you do that, beloved, because it makes it more likely that other folks will know that we're here. As you all know, we're the counter voice and the counter culture to members of the dominant society. And in this season, power is coming from the ground up. That's us. We are the BGR. Somebody put hashtag BGR. What does that stand for? The Black Grassroots. By the way, if you want to get involved in expanding my message and expanding our voice, not only online, but offline in a very practical and affordable way, reach out to my international campaign strategist at vickybgr@gmail.com. The link will be below. That's vickybgr@gmail.com. Listen, family, I have a very interesting bit of commentary. I was reading a recent article from PBS, and I'm going to read you an excerpt from it in just a moment. But also, I was just listening as I was taking a few days off for my health at the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration beating the drumbeat of war. Now, I want you all to hear this. This is the actual headline. After criticism of airstrikes, U.S. frames raid on Islamic State leader as attempt to spare civilians. Listen to this. Facing criticism for civilian deaths in U.S. airstrike, President Joe Biden targeted the leader of the Islamic State group on Thursday in an approach, a ground raid by special forces that was riskier for American troops, but intended to be safer for the innocent. Dozens of U.S. commandos landed outside Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi's Syrian hideout and warned people in nearby homes to stay inside. It goes on to talk about the fact that as one of the first moves, they called out to families living inside of the same building. By the time the operation ended, the official said 10 civilians had been led to safety, but the U.S. raid still brought deaths of women and children. Y'all listen to this. It goes on to say, Biden, speaking to the White House, said he directed the military to take, quote, every precaution possible to minimize civilian casualties. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the Pentagon would review the operation because of such casualties that were experienced. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, family, is because if you look at American history, whenever you find that a particular U.S. president's administration's numbers are waning, they start talking about war across the borders. Now, in America, all of the talk has been about the jabs and stabs, right? It's been about the global emergency. Read through the lines, talk black to me. But what's been happening is that Joe Biden is not only in trouble with his Mzungu class of people and the so-called working class Americans, which that's a fictitious, fake, phony name. But he's in trouble now because Black folk in America, the ones that are the biggest bootlicks, the biggest suck-ups, they're upset with him. So he's afraid that the fact that so many Black folks are upset with him, even his most trusted bootlicks, has been dominating the news. His numbers in polling has been waning and steadily decreasing, as well as Kamala Harris. So what do we find American history shows us? They start beating the drumbeat of war to deflect from their most faithful Black supports. They can't trust their own to vote for them, but that old trusty Negro, they're used to us showing up no matter what. And when you find that your most trusted bootlicks are questioning you and upset with you, and that's dominating the news narrative, they've got to have a deflection. So it is my supposition, based on information and belief and looking at American history, I'm asking a question. Is the Biden administration beating the drumbeat of war, willing to go to war? They were engaged in airstrikes, family. All out of nowhere. The biggest thing that's been going on is stop Asian hate and stop the plague and all this. Now all of a sudden we talking about Al-Qaeda and stuff. Al-Qaeda type talk. More specifically, the Islamic State leader. Are y'all hearing me? We ain't been hearing nothing about them folks. It is my belief that this is a type of deflection. And if you all don't believe it, just look at American history. George Bush was one of the worst presidents that's ever existed. All of them were white supremacist, racist. So in modern history, people talk about him being one of the worst. When they start beating the drumbeat of war, his numbers were dwindling and waning. But the moment a crisis took place, that elevated him. That's what they do. And I'm saying I believe it's happening here, but I want you to look at it yourself. I'm asking a question. Talk Black to me. But we're not going to let you flip the narrative. We here at the Real Black Media, African Diaspora News Channel, and others, specifically the Vicki Show, baby, I'm not going to let you deflect from the conversation and start talking about overseas now when you've got a domestic war that you have not been addressing. You've been giving benefits to white Afghans that came to America. You've been giving benefits to Asian Americans and money to them. You've been giving benefits to the LGBTQ community. You've been giving benefits to illegal aliens. You still keep giving benefits to members of the dominant society and ways of write-offs and loopholes and all kinds of other sneaky benefits. And you have done nothing for Black folks, and more Black folks are calling you out about it. And you are afraid to lose the support of your most trusted people. Baby, you ain't getting away with that over here, baby. We're going to be on your neck. Somebody put some stilettos in the chat. Somebody put some stilettos in the chat. Oh, baby, the Vicki Show was on it. By the way, family, be sure to get your t-shirts. I've got all kinds of t-shirts with some of my sayings on it. I'm going to have even more sayings on it, like resist the devil. You know what I'm talking about when it comes down to that. When it comes down to the global emergency, you'll see what I'm talking about. Some fun shirts there. I am the technology t-shirts. My magic is working, and so many more. Your royal bloodline. Get yours today at my store at onpurposewithvicky.com. The link should be below. Onpurposewithvicky.com. Onpurposewithvicki.com. I'm your sister with the curly braids. You are my bliss. I bow to you. I can't wait to see you again.
Living in America as a Black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a Black American person, you must understand this system, because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.
Hello, everyone. Please make sure you subscribe to the African Diaspora News Channel app on these platforms.